What it do? This is your brother Bishop of Bishop Zone TV, and today I'm gonna do a little exposing today. I gotta do a little exposing, nothing too hard because this is pretty easy work. But I gotta do this. I gotta do this because this man right here, who I'm about to expose, got a lot of comments from gullible, naive people. And if there's one thing I despise, is people who go out their way to lie, to push a false narrative. And this guy who I'm about to expose goes by the name of the research guy, STL. The research guy, STL. The research guy, STL. Brother, you do anything but research. And you fucked up. You messed up when you made this video. But there's a video that he has, and I'm gonna show it. And he's talking about roots. And in this video, he uses a clip, no more than 10 seconds, of Dr. Yusuf Ben. And Dr. Yusuf Ben is showing his disgust with the movie Roots. He calls the Roots garbage. He said it's a novel, it's not historically accurate. And he goes on and on about Roots, which is understandable to an extent. And after this guy, research guy, STL, follows up by saying, Roots is one of the main reasons as to why we believe in this out of Africa origin story. Because this guy, I did more research on the research guy, is a pretendian. And not only is he a pretendian, but goddamn it, he's a pretendian, he's a Hebrew Israelite, he's a original European. Damn, Asiatic, goddamn. He's everything but African. You know, and I gotta give this guy credit. I mean, he's checking all the boxes. You know, at least Dane Calloway just stays in the aboriginal space. You know, you got your cats that just stay in the aboriginal space. You got your cats who just stay in the Hebrew Israelite space. But this guy is covering all cuckoo crazy cult-like spaces. He's covering all the pseudo bullshit. You gotta give him credit for that. That's why in this video, where he again used Dr. Ben as an example as to why we're not African, this is why I got to call this guy out. Because either he's grifting or he's an idiot. And probably he's a little bit of both. Because ain't no way you can use, brother, Dr. Yusuf Ben as an example as to why we are not African. Because in that same interview that he uses on his clip, and I'm gonna post a link to my page so you can watch the interview in its entirety. But Dr. Yusuf Ben refers to himself as an African. He refers to us as African. See, when he was critiquing Roots, he was doing it from a perspective of we're more than just slaves. And we have to look beyond slavery. Our history didn't start with slavery. Our history started with Africa and the greatness that comes from Africa. That was Dr. Ben's whole foundation. This man has written books on top of books on top of books. Plus there's not thousands, but there's many lectures where Dr. Yusuf Ben refers to himself as African, and he refers to us as Africans. You can't make this shit up. You can't make it up. And here you got this research guy sitting up here trying to push this false narrative that we were already here. But if you're gonna push it, don't use Dr. Ben, because you're gonna easily get debunked. He's a Pan-African. And I gotta be honest too, because first I wanna bring up what Dr. Ben said about Roots. Yes, Roots was not historically accurate in the sense of, or not in the sense, but as it pertained to Alex Haley's life. Yes, there was plagiarism. with roots that Alex Haley had to pay out, had to settle out of court. Yes, there were historical inaccuracies, particularly with Alex Haley's story. However, that does not mean that slavery didn't exist. That does not mean that we didn't come out of Africa. Alex Haley did popularize people wanting to know more about Africa, but he didn't create, he didn't originate people's sensation or people's inquiring minds wanting to know more about where they come from, which is not here in America, but in Africa. Alex Haley did popularize that, so I have to give some credit to that. But it's ironic, and I'm about to lose people with this. Warning, warning, warning. If you rock with me, if you love my content, turn away now. Turn away now. Don't, come on, click out. Click. Get the fuck out. Get out. Get gone now. Get. Because I'm about to ruffle some feathers with what I'm about to say. But if you're a critical thinker, you're logical, and you don't let the emotions get the best of you, understand where I'm coming from, because I'm about to really, again, ruffle some feathers. But Dr. Ben, who's an ancestor now, respectfully, he pushed a lot of pseudo nonsense. Yes, he pushed a lot of pseudo history that even me at one point in time, I believed in not only Dr. Ben, but Dr. Ivan Van Sertima and a slew of others that were popular in the late 80s and early 90s. Dr. Ben, just to be honest, had no credentials worthy of being in a position of a historian. I know, y'all mad, y'all ready to fight, but it's true. But a lot of his so-called academic credentials can't be confirmed by any universities that he claimed to be a part of. And the ironic thing of the Dr. Benz and Dr. Ivan Van Sertima is because they were Afrocentric, they were or African-centered historians. They were African-centered historians, but the ironic thing about these individuals is that they ushered in all these other pseudo cults, like the Pretendians, like the Dane Callaways, like the research guy STL, all these Hebrew Israelites and things of that nature. They help usher in a lot of this bullshit. But it's ironic because now these people have omitted Africa out of their pseudo information. And unfortunately, it has spawned individuals like Research Guy, STL, and Dane Calloway. Because, I mean, look, it's as simple as them seeing these illustrations that are dark-skinned and them coming to the conclusion that, okay, because they're dark-skinned, they're black. And if they're black and copper-colored, then they gotta be us, because we're copper-colored. We're not like those dark-ass Africans. Because this is what they say. So, the Research Guy, you've been caught. You've been caught, man. Tell the people the truth. Show people the full interview. Show people that full interview, please. Don't sit up here and lie. What's wrong with you, Negro? Tell the people the truth. Show people the full interview. Don't try to paint Dr. Ben as some type of aboriginal. He was a Pan-Africanist. And even though I do believe that Dr. Ben pushed a lot of pseudo information, he himself said that he was African and not an aboriginal. So, hey, with that said, don't forget to like and subscribe. And if Research Guy happens to come across this video and wants to defend himself, he has a right to do so. Maybe, we can have a conversation. You know, I don't know if you're ready for me, though. I don't know if you're ready for me, but, you know, hey, we'll see. Until next time, holla.
Has had something to do with history when the man says a novel. People naming their children Kente Conte and Conte Kente and all kind of thing now. But these people,
you take issue with that? You find something wrong with that?
It's garbage. It has nothing to do with history.
Are you calling
it's
Roots?
A novel.
Roots, the most popular television show in the history of this country?
Amos was the most popular radio show. And it had nothing to do with black people. It were two white Jews. You know, there's such, I told you, the worst part of our enslavement is not the shackle on the hand. It's the shackle on the mind.
The movie was a novel and one of the main reasons we bought into this out of Africa theory.
Stop it. Get some help.